Alright, so today I'll be showing you how to install Visual Studio Code, and it's basically a really popular code editing software. It's an IDE, and this is what it looks like. I'm currently using it for a project, so it looks really nice. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Visual Studio Code setup page, and you could just look it up and it'll bring you to this. So right here you'll see setting up Visual Studio Code, all of that. And then you want to click on the operating system that you use over here. So I'm personally using Windows 10, so I would click Windows. Then I would click on Visual Studio Code installer for Windows. And from there on it'll install Visual Studio Code for me. And right here there's some extra descriptions in case you want to use .NET. And it'll also show you the path for Visual Studio Code, right? So once you install Visual Studio Code, you're going to want to install additional components, and it'll say over here what these additional components are. So they can be, for example, extensions, and those extensions could be language support, tools, debuggers, key maps, right? So once you open up Visual Studio Code, you're going to want to click right here for your extensions, and here are all the extensions I'm currently using. You could see Python, C#, C++, all of that. Yeah. Anyways, you're going to want to install those extensions, and over here they'll explain how to install those extensions. And once you install those extensions, you're going to want to install additional components like Git, Node.js, TypeScript, other compilers and interpreters, and you could follow the Visual Studio Code basic tutorial to how to use their user interface and basic editing. And in case you want to program in a language, I don't know, like Python, you could always just go to the Visual Studio Code guide, and it'll show you what you need to install, Visual Studio Code, which you already have. You're going to need the Python extension, and I'm currently using that right here, Python. Yeah. And then you're going to want to install Python 3, just an interpreter online. Yeah. And then there are extra steps, all of that. Yeah. So all you really need to do is install Visual Studio Code on the correct operating system. Install the extensions that you're going to be using for your project. So for example, if you're going to be coding in Python, you're going to want the Python extension over here, and also install some additional components like the interpreter or compiler. So you're going to want the Python interpreter, and in order to get that, you could just look up, I don't know, Python interpreter download. Yeah, so it's all over here. It's all really easy, and just continue following the Visual Studio guide. Yeah, that's